Okay, so first thing you're going to do is get your hitch, slide it into your receiver, and try to align the little holes so your pin's going to go through it. Okay, so now I'm going to back this up to my trailer. I'm not going to go all the way up underneath just yet. I want to get it close, but not quite underneath it, and I'll show you why. Okay, so here's why I told you to not try to get this underneath in one shot. Take a look at these. These are not quite high enough here. This isn't quite low enough. So don't assume that this is high enough that your ball's going to slide right underneath without hitting it. If you go too fast, you're going to make mistakes. So take your time, get them close. Now I know I got to raise this up a little bit to make sure that this will fit comfortably underneath. And here's another tip for you. Don't assume that you can just start hitting your tongue jack on this. You want to go check all around your trailer. Make sure you don't have your stabilizers down. I've made that mistake and it cost me some money. So go walk around your trailer and make sure your stabilizers are up and you're ready to go with your tongue jack. All right, that looks pretty good. Now before you do this final little step, go get yourself some hitch ball lube. All right, put a little dab of it here on your hitch ball, and that way when you are towing your trailer, it's gonna ride a little smoother for you, it won't squeak as bad. Okay, so you've backed up your truck and you're properly aligned to go ahead and lower your trailer. You wanna make sure you pull any locks or anything you have out of here to open up this. Do that. Pull that back. Now go ahead and lower your trailer down onto the hitch. Once you're on there, get this closed. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little wiggle. All right, so now this is locked on. I personally like to go ahead and throw my lock back on there just to make sure it doesn't pop loose. Let's go to step 2. Okay, so if you had a more traditional hookup here, you could basically almost be done. You raise the tongue jack up and you hook up your chains and you're off and running. So, but not with a weight distribution hitch. So what you need to do is you need to get these spring bars attached. And the way you're gonna wanna do this is you're gonna wanna use your tongue jack to crank this thing way up. It's crazy high. I'll give you a good shot of it when it's all the way up. What that does is it takes your truck and your trailer and angles it like that. And that allows you to get this spring bar up onto the links that are hooked up onto the side of the truck or the side of the trailer. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cranking that up. I'll hook these up and I'll let you watch just how high this thing gets. It looks scary, but it's the way to do it. Okay, look how crazy high that is. Trailer is way jacked up, so is the truck. And what's gonna happen here is when I put these spring bars on, they're no longer gonna have any problem reaching up to this. So let me show you that. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do here is you count down 9 links from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 links. Why 9 links? That was a common question. Well, 1, because when my dealer sold this to me, that's what he told me to do. And 2, that's what's actually in the Blue Ox manual. So I do 9 links. I think there are some ways to adjust this up or down a little bit, but I'll let you decide what's best for you and your equipment. So you take this and you insert it into the little notch. I'll try to show you a better view of this. And these turn counterclockwise. And look how far I can get that just by hand. But they do give you a little kind of wrench. And that's super easy. It clicks into place and secures with that. I'll go ahead and do the other one as well. Okay, so you've now got your hitch on, your spring bars are attached, the chains are hooked up. Now it's time to go ahead and lower your tongue jack back down and let the weight hit these spring bars. Now I'm going to back the camera up when I do this, and you're going to watch this spring bar start to really bow and bend. What that's doing is transferring weight kind of back to the truck. So, or at least the front end of the truck. So I'll set the camera back and I'll do this in kind of a fast forward so you can see it. Okay, so you can see how much this spring bar is now bent, and just to kind of demonstrate that a little better, I'm going to take a flat board and kind of show you just how much that thing is actually bent. These things, when they're not hooked up, are perfectly straight. And these are, I don't know what these are made out of, some sort of crazy steel, but there's a lot of pressure on that spring bar. Okay, so at this point, your Blue Ox hitch is safely connected to your trailer. The remaining steps that you're going to want to take are normal for everything else. You're going to want to, hook up your safety chains, hook up your emergency brake, all that kind of stuff. That's the same with every hitch, including the Blue Ox hitch.